Diane in Denmark here, and welcome back to tropical Copenhagen. It is still roasting hot here. That's why I've got another sundress on today. Not the outfit I had planned to wear, but I had a backup of a dress because it's beautiful weather outside again today. The funny thing was that my daughter, when she left for school this morning, we have a bike shed in the back of the garden. It was raining in the back of the garden, but when we went out to the front gate it was dry there, so it's very local rain, but it's really nice just with a little bit of rain to cool us down. Anyway, lots to get on with today. It's Thursday, which in Flylady land is errand day, so hopefully you've got your everything, even if you don't do it on a Thursday, get yourself set up for errand day. I've got some packages to go to the post office. I've got medicine to collect at the pharmacy, and I've got a couple of things I want to buy in the bookshop. We're getting to the end of the school year, and teacher gifts, things like that. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing today, Thursday, for my errand day. And the other thing is, you will see that I'm not in, normally when I make these little videos about what I got from the clothes swap, I do it in my bedroom. Today I'm in, if you can see that, we are in our guest bedroom, and that's because I'm going to be doing 10 or 15 minutes work in here today. That plant in the corner, I put a plant in here and I kind of forgot that I had a plant here, so I need to add that to my weekly home blessing hour list to water the plant here upstairs in the bedroom. And the other thing is up there, I don't know if you can see on the door, I've also got an extra feather duster here. One of the hooks, these 3M hooks that you can put on the door, that came down and took off the paint, so I'm just going to touch up the paint so it looks alright. So that's my little jobs to do in here, and I'm going to give a wee dust in this is our spare bedroom. Anyway, let's get on with the clothes swap. And we had a fantastic clothes swap. I mean, I know I use that word all the time, but I get so excited about these things. And as usual, we had tons, I took, now you've seen, these are like the size of IKEA bags, and I really like these big bags. I keep them in the basement, and that's where I put the stuff for a clothes swap or for going to the thrift store, the charity shop. And I had like the equivalent of 4 of these big bags filled with stuff. Now it was clothes, my clothes, some of my DD 16's clothes, my dear daughter 16's, some clothes that she had decluttered. We had school bags that she had decluttered, backpacks. I had books, and some of the more unusual items that I had with me for the ladies to take home with them was a huge box of Scottish tea bags that my family had brought over for me, but we actually prefer just to drink Earl Grey. So one of my friends went home with a huge box of 200 tea bags. She was pleased with that. And the other thing was swimming card. At our local swimming pool, you buy a card, for 10 times, and you just scan it in. And she now no longer goes to swimming, and she's now an adult because she's 16. She's no longer classed as a child. And there were still a couple of clips on the card, so I passed it on to somebody else who could use it. So, we swap not just clothes at the clothes swap, we swap everything. I mean, there were umbrellas, and anyway, what I will do is, first of all, I'll run the little video so you can see what it was like. It was over at Vibeka's house, Vibeka's beautiful house. And as always, food is very important at our clothes swap. Everybody had brought something along, so you'll see a wee bit of the food. And then when you come back, I shall show you that's my haul over there, and more stuff here. So anyway, let's run the film, and I'll say 3, 2, 1, and snap my fingers, and you'll see it, and then come back. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We're just taking a wee break to have some lunch, but here's what is left so far. We had a huge amount of stuff in the beginning, but those are bags that are left, and then we've got jackets and dresses, tops. What were these? Oh, these were coats, a huge basket full of scarves, some books. Most of the books have gone. And there was lots of jewellery. I'll try and put in some photos of how it looked in the beginning. And then over here we have all kinds of shoes. There you go. And jumpers. And let's see, I'll just go back over here. But now, as you can see, we're at Vibeka's house. We're going outside to have some lunch. And this is lunch for today. And it wouldn't be a close-up without having some good foods. We've got some kneckball from the guy who used to work at Noma, who started a new bakery. We're trying that. And then there's fiskeflickadella, which are little fish cakes. Lots of different dips. Yummy tomato salad, cheese, and there are the cakes for later. But I think we're mainly sticking to water today and not the wine, because it is roasting here. Anyway, that's my wee plate, and I'm going to get outside and eat with the rest of the girls. Okay, and now come back. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed seeing the little film. I didn't film much yesterday because we're so busy swapping. But anyway, let me quickly run through the clothes that I got. Now, the first two things here, these are just extra dressing gowns that we keep for guests. So that wasn't part of it. Right, first two items, we have a long kind of duster coat in a deep blue, which is really nice. I think this actually belonged to Vibeke, and this is great for us in Denmark because we have, you know, we can have like 4 seasons in a day. So, you know, I can be wearing my summer dress in the morning, and then in the afternoon it can get a wee bit nippy and you have to layer. So this is like a very light kind of raincoat style, but collarless. I really like collarless things. So that's one. Another one is a little pretty top, a summer top. And it's got a double lining, so you don't need to wear anything, you know, an extra vest underneath. You know, it's quite modest. And it's got a wee sparkly thing at the back, so that's great. Those are the first two things. Okay, next two. Now this is one that I'm not sure about, but the lady said to me, oh, go and try it. It's a really beautiful silk dress from a Danish designer called Rutsau. And I'm not sure about the colour because it's not strong enough for me, but I'm thinking I might be able to get away with it. But it looks, I know I shouldn't say, but it looks a bit like a dish rag because it's that kind of crushed stuff. But anyway, I'll try it. I'll try it, and if I'm not wearing it between now and the next clothes swap, it's going back. Okay, now here's a top that we were all oohing and eyeing over, and I feel like I'm like Uhura from Star Trek when I've got it on, but it's a really unusual style, and several of the ladies tried it on, and some had too big of a front to get into it, and anyway, I was the one who took it home, so I'm looking forward to wearing that. But as I say, I feel like very Star Trek-y in this one. Right. Okay, next two, I love graphic prints. I'm not kind of into normal like that. This one today is a flowery dress that I've got on, but I don't like those kind of flowers that look like flowers. You know, I like graphic prints. So this is going to be really nice with, I've got a bright blue blazer, and I think that's going to go really well with that. And the other thing is a top which looks very like, it's the same style as a dress that I have had for 20 or 30 years, and it's this kind of pleated black stuff with a bow at the neck. And that was just excellent to find that because I love the dress, and this being a top, I'll be able to get a lot of wear out of it. And when you're at these clothes swap things, you know, we're very good at helping each other and saying, oh, you try this and you try this, and we know each other's styles and each other's body types, and that's the good thing. We can help each other because some of the clothes don't suit me, like, you know, that I can't. There was a very pretty dress, it was a kind of bustier top, you know, strapless. I can never wear anything like that because I don't have the bust for it. I'm really good, or you know, I look good, or suits me, anything that's kind of sleeveless because I've got good arms. I like to have it up to the neck because I don't have much here. Okay, today this dress is different, but it's so hot here, I needed something open. So you get to know your body type, and we can help each other and say, oh, you try this on, this is your style. And yesterday I had a couple of things in my bag, and I said, you know, like to Sue, this has got your name written on it, and to Sarah Jane, this has got your name on it, and she was delighted with it because we can now see what suits each other. So it's a great learning process. Anyway, on to the next ones. And I've hung them up here today just so I can show you, but these will just be going back into my wardrobe with my usual hangers. These are a bit clunky, but those are the hangers that we keep here for guests. Right, and I've also got, oh gosh, there's makeup and jewellery to show you, but I'll make it as fast as possible. A really nice summery top with nice colours. And this is a really nice one as well for when it's really, really hot. The back is beautiful. And I'm pretty, that says Zara. You know, I can always spot Zara clothes like 500 meters. I'm like, ah, Zara, okay, that will be for me. So another couple of tops. And here we go again. This, you're beginning to see a pattern here, aren't you? I love this style. Very simple, and I think it's a fantastic colour. I love these, oh, what's it called now again? Oh, I've forgotten the name of the colour. Coral. I love coral, I love red, so this will be fantastic, and for us going to Greece on our holidays. This one is not something I would have really bought in a shop, but it's a really comfy sweater with navy blue stars on it, and I'm thinking this is going to be really comfy when I'm at the summer house, because in the evening maybe it gets a bit cool when I go down to the water, and I can just throw this over anything. And, oh, yeah, so that's that one. And the final one of the clothes is this really nice kind of sporty top. Now the funny thing about this is that I took back some of the items that I got at the last clothes swap. You may remember, and I forgot to get a photo of it yesterday and somebody else took it, so I don't know who got it, but I got a grey fitted jacket. It was a really nice fit, and it had mustard piping around it. And the trouble was I tried to make it work, but I just didn't feel that zing when I put it on. So I took that back and somebody else grabbed it. So that was great that somebody else got it. It fitted really nicely, but it just, the colour of the mustard wasn't good for me. And the other thing was a top exactly like this in blue, but it had kind of, again, mustard and orange colours through it. And a kind of woody green colour. And I actually said to Vibeke, it was a shame because I really liked the fit of the top if it had just been in a different colour, you know, and we always kind of joke with each other, oh, do you have this in another colour, another size? Of course we don't have that because it's just whatever's there. But lo and behold, here is that same top in a different colour. So I'm not quite sure where it came from. It's probably been a Zara top that they made in different colours. So here we go. I'm really glad I took the other one back because this one I'm going to get a lot of wear out. I love navy blue or that clear blue. Right, so that is it for the clothes. And then of course there were accessories and makeup. Now let me see, where should I start? Oh, first of all, I got these funny little ballet flats. Now I don't wear ballerina shoes because I've got bunions. My feet don't look good in those kind of shoes. But these are like little foldable slippers, and I'm going to use these a lot when I travel, because I've got this thing as a bit of a fetish thing that I hate going barefoot. I know a lot of you love to go barefoot. That is not me. I need to have something on my feet. So often when we travel, I take a pair of flip-flops to wear around, you know, the apartment or the hotel. I just don't like having my feet bare on the floor. So these are fantastic, and look, they're really pretty. They're bright silver and they fold up and take up no space at all. So those I'm really pleased with. And let's see. Oh yeah, bags. Oh, hold on, there's one more thing. Here we go. A pair of Zara trousers. Really nice, and they're what they call in Denmark gulerods bukser, which means carrot shaped. So they're kind of slim in at the waist, and then they go out at the hips and then go in at the bottom. So very comfy. So that was fine, because I find trousers are really difficult to, or pants are really difficult to find in my size. I've got big hips, a tiny waist, so trousers are difficult for me. Right, so there were trousers, and then some bags, and I got this one, which is so cute, and this actually belonged to Vibeka's mum. Oh, now I'm going to get teary. Anyway, this one was Vibeka's mum's, and Vibeka was really pleased that I could get it. And this is going to be fantastic when I've got, you know, my black jacket on in the winter, and I'm going to Swedish class, and I can have, you know, my notes in here. And the funny thing was that inside was a wee magnifying glass, because Vibeka's mum couldn't see anything, and I said, oh great, I will. So Vibeka was really happy that I could take something of her mum's, and it's really jazzy. Look, it's got this little bit of zebra going on, and it's a really good, really nice leather, quality leather bag. That's the thing about this clothes swapping, that we don't need to buy more stuff. We can just recycle what is already there. You know, the quality, if it's made in good quality, it lasts forever. And this one, you can actually take off the strap and make it into a clutch. So I'm really pleased about that. And then another one, I'm not sure if this was also Vibeka's mum's, but I've shown you before that I have basically in the winter black boots and kind of nude coloured boots. I've shown you that in another video. And this again is a great one for me when I'm going to Swedish class. I can put my folder in there, and my bottle of water, and my evening packed lunch, my packed dinner, and another, is it the same make? Because the other one was Belsac. Anyway, so two bags, two kind of shopper bags, and also a little bit, this was too cute not to take. So I'm all ready if I'm going out in the evening somewhere. So I need to plan some evening play. And also a really nice stripy silk scarf that had belonged to Vibeka's mum. So I'm going to be really pleased when I'm wearing that. I'll think of Vibeka's mum. And Vibeka, she kept a lot of things from her mum, but she had taken a lot of things to the clothes swap, so it was really nice to know that other people will be using her mum's lovely, lovely outfits. Right, so I got this scarf, and then we're on to jewellery. Gosh, I'm sorry for making a long video, but there we go. Now this had my name written all over it. No, not for with my sundress today, but look at that, shiny. I'm kind of attracted to it. I'm like a magpie. Anytime I see something kind of silver, I'm right in there. So this I'm going to be wearing a lot, you know that. And then this is quite an unusual one of 3 different metals. I have the kind of silver and bronze and goldy colour. There we're at. Hold on, I've got it a bit tangled up, but you can kind of work out what that's going to look like. There we go. So there was that one, and it's quite nice and heavy. And this is really nice, you know, a little necklace with a wee sparkly ball on the bottom, and a pair of earrings, there we go, that match, which are not unlike the ones that you can see that I'm wearing today. You can see a pattern, you know, the things that I like. And this one, now I'm not normally into gold jewellery, but I thought the turquoise, I wear a lot of aqua coloured things in the summer, and that is also really pretty. So in fact that would go quite well with what I'm wearing today. So that was it for the jewellery this time. And then, okay, we're almost there. The last thing was like hair products. I got this shine spray for my hair. I put on a wee bit of it today, I don't know if you can see. Mask, tea tree oil, and some perfume. I think this is a Lancome one, and nail varnish, and a wee tiny bottle. Now I don't know if any of you know this. I think it's 4711, and this smell, it just reminds me of my youth. It's really, really strong citronella, you know, lemon. And I've just got something about these tiny little bottles. I love these tiny little bottles. And you know, even just one drop of it, whoa, the whole place smells of lemon, very fresh. So I'm going to put this in my handbag and keep it with me at all times, especially the next couple of days in this heat wave. And I've got one last thing to tell you, which is quite funny. Do you remember, was it I think it was the last clothes swap, or maybe the one before. I got this little bottle of perfume. Now, it had nothing written on the bottom. It just said how many milliliters, and it had this ampersand sign on the front. And you very kindly told me what it was. You said it was from, oh, now I've forgotten it again, L'Occitane. Now, there was like half a bottle of perfume, and I have loved wearing this perfume, and I've worn it, and I've kept the wee bottle because I like these wee teeny bottles. I've been keeping it in my handbag, and I thought, oh, and actually I really like this one, and I thought, well, actually I would quite like to buy it. Okay, don't fall off your perches. You know, I never buy anything, never buy makeup or jewellery, because everything's coming from the clothes swap now. And when I was in Nice with Vibeke and Helena for my 50th birthday, you've seen the video about that, we were out shopping, I was just looking, and there was a L'Occitane shop, and I had taken a photo of it and put it on my phone on Google Keep. And I went into the shop and I said, you know, I have this perfume at home and I really like it, and what is it? And lo and behold, they had a good deal going on, because there was no way I was buying a big bottle of it. Also because we were flying, you know, where we only had our luggage that we could take on into the cab. We only had we weren't checking luggage in. Anyway, lo and behold, they had a little set with hand cream and body lotion and a little bottle of the perfume, and I think it was something like 18 euros. Now, gosh, I can't remember what 18 euros is, but let's say it's something like, is that like £15? It worked out anyway, about £15 in British money. And I was so delighted to get this little bottle of perfume. So that was my little extra souvenir from Nice, along with the tea towels. You know, you've seen the tea towels on Instagram when I shine my sink at night. You've seen I always buy a tea towel when I'm traveling, and this was my 50th birthday trip to Nice with Vibeke and Helena, and that was a little gift that I gave to myself. So there you go. It's funny that when you go to the clothes swap, you will bring things home and say, you know, you can try. You haven't spent any money, and you've decluttered. I decluttered, you know, I had 4 huge bags of stuff. You come home with something new that you can try, maybe jewellery that you haven't dared to wear before. It hasn't cost you anything. And the great thing for me, I realised this morning, when I was in my wardrobe putting away laundry, I thought, oh, there's a whole lot more things that I can now let go of, because I'm getting a really good idea of what I like, what I use, what I don't use, and also I never go shopping anymore. And we said that with the ladies yesterday. Since the last time we had the clothes swap party, hardly any of us have bought anything, because we don't need it. You know, we have so much stuff already. We now know what's in our wardrobes because we're decluttering for the clothes swap. So we're not bringing in stuff that we're not going to use, and we're certainly not going to buy stuff and bring it in if we're not going to use it. So anyway, everybody wins with the clothes swap thing. I hope you can maybe work out to have a clothes swap with your friends. Again, it could be children's clothes, it could be books. We had tons of books yesterday. It could be kitchen appliances, craft items, because we've all got an awful lot of stuff that we're not using, and it, you know, it can bring joy to somebody else. You know, somebody else can be saying, oh, this is my favourite top or my favourite perfume, instead of just having it lying, you know, getting dusty. Anyway, on that note of getting dusty, I'm going to give a wee dust here in zone 3, because it's the bathroom plus one other room, and I'll try and finish it now because I hate these long videos. But anyway, as usual, live long and prosper. I'll be wearing my Uhura top next time. May the Danish hygge be with you, and there's more heat coming your way, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.